Well, hello everyone. Today is a very special day. We are at it's a very large limestone quarry, and we are four guys here today. We're gonna look for some cool fossils, of course. We hope to find some very nice trilobites and also some cystoids and perhaps some cephalopods. What do you say, Adrian?
Since I have a crush on those coiled cephalopods, I hope to find some beetles. Most of all, I'd like to welcome you guys to Four Guys, One Quarry.
The return of the fossil hunters. Actually, we were here in, it was this autumn sometime. In September, I believe it was, and it was a rainy day. Today is a very hot and sunny day, so let's hope for some cool finds, and of course I'll get back to you as soon as we find something interesting. Well, this is a cool feature. This is a cystoid that's still stuck in the matrix, and it's all crystallized inside. And cystoids, they were, it's kind of a echinoderm. It's related to starfish and sea urchins. And this one is completely filled with oil. So when you smack these, sometimes the oil just pours out like this. It's kind of cool. Millions of years old oil. Let's take a look at this site. It's humongous. And all those layerings all the way from the, it's like the upper middle Ordovician down to the lower middle Ordovician, or perhaps some of the lower stuff as well. And I've smacked some rocks around here, and I just found what looks like to be a complete trilobite. Just give me a minute. It's quite a huge boulder, so we have a trilobite sitting right there. So I guess I'll have to do some work on this rock and see if I can get it out. Let's see what happens. I managed to haul this piece of rock back to the car. It was pretty heavy. Indeed, but there are some nice bits that I want to explore further. So we definitely have a trilobite here. It's a bit damaged and some shell loss, but you can see an eye right to the right, and there is also an Asaphus, what looks like an Asaphus ludibundus sticking out there. And I've also spotted there are some graptolites sitting on top here, and there is also on the back side, seems to be on the same level here. There are bits and pieces of trilobites, and there is also a pygidium sticking out on the back here. I think this is a bigger asaphid, probably a Asaphus ludibundus as well. So we have a big piece to get our hands on and prepare, and hopefully there is something nice inside here, and maybe there could be even more trilobites hiding away inside this lump. So good find. Now I have another block here. There is a layer in this piece that is there is a cystoid, crystallized, like geodized, and there is also fragments of trilobites. There is also what seems to be a complete trilobite, but it's kind of busted up. There's a bit shell loss, and I'm gonna try and split this one and see if there is anything else nice inside. We just found another cool thing here. It's obviously too large to take home, but it's still a really cool find. and I have Adrian here, who is the
Yes.
expert on these kind of fossils. So he's about to explain to us what this is.
So these are believed to be some mats. You call it that?
Bacterial mats.
Of yes, bacteria. Perhaps some stromatolite.
Yes.
And actually, the scientists are not quite sure what it is yet. But these are found in great abundance in a very specific bed here up in the Dalby Calcan, so the Dalby limestone.
Kind of cool.
Caused by some kind of not mass extinction, but
kind of a deoxidation event of some sort.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
These contains huge amount of shell fragments.
Oh, really?
So if you split them apart and polish the surface, you see these great abundance of small shell fragments.
All right.
Some interesting structures.
Oh, cool.
So if you do it like this, you see these kind of structures.
All right.
No idea why, but they are cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. So I guess we'll just leave them here to their fate and keep looking for other stuff. I just found this beauty. It's a complete Nilius armadillo, or perhaps it's another type of Nilius, I don't know. It's complete, only some minor shell loss, and the rest is certainly preferable. So I hope this will be a beautiful trilobite when it's done. Look, you can see the eye poking out there. Look at that beauty. Don't you just love these? Cool. Well, I feel very yellow in this kind of outfit, but you have to wear a vest and a hard hat at this site. So we moved to another part of the quarry. It's another, what do you call it, interval, or another type of zone, and I found a trilobite just laying around in the rubble here, so I'll show you that one. This is also a Nilius trilobite. It seems like it's almost all there, at least. You see the eye and the thorax, and also the pygidium or tail section at the back. So I'll definitely keep a hold of this one and try and prep it at home, see what it looks like. Just found another trilobite. It's not unfortunately it misses its head. That's a shame, otherwise it would have been a very nice one. I think this is a some kind of pseudomegalospis perhaps, not quite sure, but well, that's unfortunate. I think I'll leave this one here because it's not complete, but cool anyway. So we are at the lower section now of this gigantic quarry. As you can see, there is where we were at the beginning on the top, and now we are all down at the bottom, and I can hear that Adrian is swinging away already. So this is kind of a reddish Orthoceras limestone, and we can also already see parts of Orthoceras squids here, and we will be looking in these rubble piles, and hopefully we'll find something cool and interesting. And yeah, that's a big chance to find something very nice here, so let's go and do it. So far there hasn't been very much when it comes to trilobites, but just take a look at this bed of Orthoceras. Those are humongous. There's one fairly complete, just missing a bit of the tip, and there is a whole bunch of them here together. Kind of shows where the water was, flowing at the time. So it's pretty nice to see. Now we have been here for a couple of hours and looking to repile some rocks, and nothing very special has turned up yet, but we'll fight on for a couple of hours more, and yeah, this is what it looks like. We all the quarry in sight, at least half of it, and they're working as well. And down there we have our cars. Then we have a few fossil hunters going at it. Whoop, I almost slipped. That's not very good to do here. So well, I'm gonna look through some material here, see if anything turns up at all. I gotta be careful where I put my feet. This is kind of a slippery pile of rocks, and actually I think I have to use both my hands, so well, as usual, I'll get back if I find something cool. Here my friend has found a pretty large trilobite, and it's buried in the matrix. Let's see if you can see this. I think it's better without the sunlight. It's quite large. It's about, it could be 10 centimeters or something. And now let's see if we can extract this from the rock without breaking it into millions of pieces. So well, go ahead. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah. Hopefully it stays somewhat intact. It's quite a cool piece. If I can zoom in a bit in the sunlight, you can see, there we go. There's a better view of it. You can see the head to the left, cephalopod, the thorax segments in the middle, and then the pygidium on the right side. It's kind of a softy, shaly type of limestone, so
will probably break, yeah.
Yeah, probably break somewhere in the it's on the reverse. The Trilobite is preserved on the, what shall I say, it's on the layer in between the layers, but not flat. It's on the side, like, yeah, it makes it even more difficult, because when you try to split it, it will naturally want to split through the natural cracks. So yeah, get back to you in a minute if or if it's successful. Well, it did quite well. Now he's putting some glue in the cracks just to stabilize the piece, and then we have to transport this beast back to the car. And it's very hot today. It's like a furnace down here in the quarry, so I think he will be quite sweaty when he reaches the car. But as you can see, the rock has split perfectly in two halves, and now it's transportable. So very nice find. Congratulations to that one. You must be pleased with that.
Yes. It's fine today.
And I too have found a trilobite. It's a little bit broken on the back. That's the pygidium, and you can see the head on the side. It's an Elanus trilobite, and I'm gonna try and extract this from this big block. so I hope I can get it out without damaging it even more. I got it out of the rock, and here is the cephalon. You can see the eye just there, and the cheek, and then you have the thorax, and then a broken pygidium at the back. But I think it's still a nice piece. I'm gonna keep this one and do some prep on it at home. Hopefully it will turn out a bit better when it gets prepped. So, happy days. Maybe I've just found a trip maker, I believe. So anyway, this is a really nice Estonioceraus. It's a cephalopod, a curly one, and next to it is also a straight cephalopod, Orthoceraus or Endoceraus. I'm not sure if there is any middle in this, but well, let's find out. I just have to work my way down and try and get it out of the rock before, well,
I do it.
before anyone else do it and does it. Oh my god, seconds. I just hope this just don't crumble into little pieces, but well, let's get on with it, and I'll show you when I've finished the job, so to speak.
Nu filmar jag.
Should I tap this?
Yes.
This kind of line.
Yeah, not too hard. Just so this
yeah.
gets loose. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. So this cracked.
Alright. Wait, maybe if I trim this edge off around.
It might crack here. Wait.
Alright.
Let's see. Honestly, I think the safest thing is to actually remove all this, because if you contact this,
And just try and work on the other side.
yep,
It's loose.
alright.
Let's crack on.
Alright.
Here it comes.
A little bit more, please. Please.
Loose.
Alright. It's not still complete.
Wow.
So we should turn the rock so it can work.
Yeah.
I think this split is actually great.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you dare to hit it here, or?
That's why they invented superglue, you know?
Ah, nice. All right.
It was just for this reason.
Wait.
All right. So if I can work like from here or something.
Perhaps. Yeah, great.
I'll begin with cracking this side off here, so I get off.
Hold on.
Oh, it came loose perfectly.
Great. Keep on.
Oh, look at that!
Oh!
That is a beauty.
Nice.
That's a bad boy. Right
It's
there.
amazing that you give it to me. Thank you.
Får vi
see you later.
Try and run.
visa upp den för kameran alltså?
Look at this.
Oh,
This is just great. Actually, this is the first time I find one of these, so I'm pretty stoked about this. And,
you should be. It's a great find.
Yeah. Do you think there is a middle inside? Or is it just this curve, or just continue underneath here? Doesn't seem to be anything preserved inside here.
50-50.
Maybe it's hard to tell. Well,
I haven't
anyway.
found this in this, what do you call it?
It's kind of a shaly red limestone.
Yeah, I've only
layer.
found it in the thick bedded ones.
Yeah.
So no idea, but it seems very well preserved.
Yeah, it does. Well, let's hope there's
Right.
anything else inside.
Great find.
Thank you. Well, I just spotted another trilobite, and this actually looks like a complete trilobite. And don't know these species, but you can see the thorax, the pygidium. It's very nice, nicely ornated pygidium, and hopefully there is a cephalon or head somewhere inside there. So I'll definitely keep this piece. Very nice. We are about to leave for the day. We are all just steaming hot right now and thirsty and hungry and sweaty, and our backs are aching, just as it should be. Just take a look at this view. It's kind of cool, kind of amazing. I'm gonna go do a little wrap up with all our finds of today, and I'll do another wrap up when I get home and get some of this stuff prepped as well. But let's start with, we can start on the left here. So what do we have here? We have a big fat cephalopod. It's a Ordovician, big boy. And then we have some strange, this is blastoids, or what's the other name?
Cystoids.
Cystoids, yes, thanks. These are quite cool. There's an abundance of them in a particular layer in one of these formations. And then we have this strange thing. Get it wet.
Wow.
There you go. We don't know what this is actually, but it's kind of a big thing. And we think it might be some kind of bacterial growth, but we're not sure. It's kind of strangely formed, like almost like a square or a triangle or something. But took a few about an hour to get out of the rock, didn't it? And we have a nice cystoid with crystals inside. After it gets cleaned, it will be very, very nice, I believe. And then we have
Turn
big
this around
block.
and look at this strange pattern.
Graptolite, I think.
oh, it's a graptolite.
It's a graptolite.
Yeah, could be, could be. I don't think the camera will pick the pattern up, unfortunately, but maybe. Kind of cool anyway.
This is good.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, I see it. Oh, wow, that's a big dude. What a nice cystoid. It's like a geode, and I filmed a few of these today, and they are quite amazing with all the calcite crystals growing inside of it. Very nice. And then what else do we have? We have some trilobites. I'll just do a kind of a sweep. It's different kinds of trilobites, niobies and asaphus species, some partial and some complete ones. Yeah. And then we have the one I filmed earlier. The pair was smashing out of the big lump of rock. Turned out pretty nice. And then he found yet another one of those big guys. We think this might be some kind of Ogmasaphus or Subasaphus or something, but we are not sure. And then we have a nice Niobe frontalis. It's mostly enrolled, or yeah, I believe it's enrolled, so perhaps the rest of it is underneath. And then we have some more trilobites. We don't know if they're all there, but of course we'll find out when we get home and prep it.
Should be a little bonus, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. Patagata, where did you have that one?
Yeah.
Oh, in that rock. Yeah, there it is. It's a Pseudomegalaspis patagata, or whatever it's called in English.
Probably that.
Then we have a nice Asaphus Ashvaldi, we believe that is. You can see the eye over there. There's an eye there, and there is the thorax. And there is yet another fossil in this rock. Looks to be a Ampix of some sort, maybe. And of course we have the
find of today, isn't it?
yeah, according to me it is. But it's very nice cephalopod indeed. I just hope the center is all there, but we'll find out sooner or later. And then we have a nice Nilius armadillo.
And some should be pyrite
pyrite
crystals.
Yes, pyrite crystals as well. Very cool. And then some big pygidiums from perhaps some kind of Megistaspis species. And also a lot of big, heavy-duty cephalopods. There is a lot of them here. Oh, there's a nice one.
Yeah.
There's also a Niobe frontalis, I believe. Pretty cool, indeed.
And of course, my favorite find of today is this beauty.
This should be some kind of Ampix or Lonchodomus species. Perhaps there will be some spines on this one. We'll find out when we prep it. Very cool.
Nice.
So, what do you say, guys? Are you happy with the day? Yes. Yes.
Are you ready for the night shift?
Of course, always.
Great.
Just need some food and some
Beer.
yeah. And then it's just all in.
Right, and best thing, the Systembolaget doesn't close until yet. It's 1.5 hour.
Oh, you have still time to get some beer.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. I think we can call it a day, and we'll get home, and then we'll do another wrap up when I get home. So thanks for watching so far. If you like this, please subscribe to the channel if you all didn't already. And yeah, see you back home. Wow, what a blast, wasn't it? I'm very, very stoked about that day in particular. Now we're back home, and well, I prepped 3 of the finds from today, and I'm gonna show you them right now, and let's take a look and see what you think. First out is the Nilius that I picked up, if you remember, and unfortunately it was a little bit more broken than I initially thought it was when I picked it up. You can see the eye and the shell over on this side is gone, and on this side there is a perfect eye. Look at that. It makes you wonder what those eyes have seen in their lifetime. But I've put some paraloid on here to stop the fossil from flaking more, but it's overall it's complete, apart from the obvious shell loss and other stuff. But I'm still pretty satisfied with this one. It's kind of a cool trilobite, and let's move on. Moving on. So the other piece that I prepared is this one, and this is a block of those cystoids or blastoids that we picked up on a kind of different location in the quarry. We didn't film that part, but if you remember in the wrap-up we had some of these showing, and well, I managed to do some aeration to this piece and get the beautiful star pattern on these blastoids revealed. And as you can see, they are kind of fused like modern sea urchin plates, and these are related to starfish and echinoids and yeah, that kind of creatures. And these were attached to the sea floor by a kind of a stalk, and I think this is what you can see here. This is a piece of the holdfast where the stalk was sitting. And well, I did some aeration and some light grinding to the matrix to make them pop out a bit more. And I think this piece turned out pretty nice. And you can also see, if you take a look here, you can see, come on, let's focus. You can see some crystal structures inside this one where the shell is gone. You can see here in the middle, you can see some calcite crystals inside. Pretty cool. I am pretty pleased with this piece. And we also have another Nilius trilobite that is mostly complete. You can see the thorax and the pygidium, and then also the head and the little part of the eye here on the side. So this one will be mostly complete, I think. So we'll prepare this later on as I get some more time to do prep jobs. And then we have this piece that I told you that I left in the quarry, but I decided to go back and get it because I thought that I saw possibly a cephalon inside on the edge here. Sometimes the cephalons, they kind of fold backwards down under the trilobite, so I thought that might be a cephalon here, but when I tried and prepare it, I realized that there is no cephalon, so it's a headless trilobite. Nonetheless, it's quite a cool piece, and it's a species that I don't have yet since before, so I decided to keep this as is. And then we have a truly heartbreaker here. And this trilobite is a Niobe frontalis, and when I found this one, I could see the pygidium and the thorax, and it was all covered in rock from here onwards. So unfortunately, when I started to prepare this specimen, I realized that the cephalon is all squashed, and it's missing most parts of it. So you can see the remnants of the eye in the middle of the frame, and also some of the cheek, but the rest is unfortunately toast. So well, you can win them all, can you? And then we have a bigger Nilius trilobite, and you can see the eye here on the side. This has some obvious shell loss on the cephalon, and this is the front. And the other eye, you can see a small piece of it over here, and then the thorax, and yeah, hopefully a pygidium. So I thought this was well, it was too cool to leave, so I don't have high hopes for this one, but well, you never know until you prepare them, so could be a nice specimen anyway, so I kept this one as well. And then we have some cystoids. If you remember the one that I smacked in the video, and the oil was all pouring out of it. This one is, well, it has some crystals inside, and sometimes it's worth keeping these as you can cut them, and hopefully there will be some crystals. And well, I have kept a few of these, so I'll try and split them at some occasion and see if there is any cool crystals inside. And I also have a pretty nice one still attached to the matrix, and I think I'll just prepare this and leave it as is, so it's kind of a cool thing to have. These are so big and quite rare cystoids, so yeah, it's a small part of a cephalopod as well here. Well, that's it for the cystoids. And then we have the grand finale. If you remember this Estoniosauros, that I picked up with the help from Adrian, and I've cleaned this one up, and I think it turned out really nice. And this particular species is quite rare in these parts, so I thought this was a really cool find and kind of a trip maker for me. And the center was almost intact. There is a tiny piece missing in the middle, but otherwise it's a complete specimen. And there is also some cool growths on the shell. And I think the scientists are still debating if this is some kind of a parasite or some kind of a brachipod or something attaching itself to things on the sea floor. You can also find these on straight-shelled cephalopods from time to time. There is a remnant of one here, and you also have a complete one sitting over here. So that's actually how they looked and still look. I think this is a really cool piece, and I've also cut the base and made it stand up like this. So it's a beautiful display piece. It will go straight into the collection. Well guys, that's it, I believe. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely do some more in the future. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this. And until next time, have a good one, as they say, and keep safe.